Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. I know I mentioned this in an earlier video, but today is my birthday. Really excited. Again, 23 was a crazy year. So many highs, so many lows, so many awesome, amazing things that happened. YouTube channel went absolutely crazy this year. I'm hoping, 24 can be even crazier than 23 was for me, my channel, my community, everybody involved. And I hope this year is an awesome year for you guys as well. So I thought today, what better way to spend my birthday than talking about CLG. We know things have been bad for CLG all year. We've had to watch them play, so it's been pretty evident. We know that they had that weird Bud Light, sponsored content firing their players on camera situation come out. Then they had to come out and apologize for it, all this stuff, and then it seems like things have just gone downhill fast for the team. We have a bunch of players coming out, speaking out against the organization. And yeah, things are just crazy right now. So I kind of just wanted to talk about everything in this video today. Again, if there was ever a day to drop a like, subscribe, consider checking out my Patreon over at patreon.com/IamGerm. I hope my birthday would at least be that one day. I would appreciate it a ton. But even if not, I'm just glad you're here. Thank you so much for watching, supporting my content anyway. With that being said, here we go. So after the whole fiasco, CLG did tweet this out. They said this morning we posted a short video, short post-game video giving a look behind the scenes of our current season. Our goal was to share an authentic moment with our fans and be as transparent as possible leading up to potential changes that may occur this week. We recognize the negative light that it brings to our players, and for that we apologize and have taken down the video. The video got taken down, whatever, but the damage had already been done. That video is all over the internet. They put out a very personal, very weird, very awkward moment that really nobody wanted to see, nobody was asking for. They were just very disconnected from their fans and what actually people wanted to see, and from respecting their players. And everyone at the time was like, wow, cannot even imagine what it would be like being a player right now. This has to be so stressful. This has to be so crazy. This has to be so depressing, so just miserable. And yeah, I mean, that's what people were saying. So it's not a surprise to kind of figure out how crazy and stressful things have been, and then to come out and find that they're talking about making roster moves, and the only roster move they make after this whole situation is subbing out Pobelter, who had been a decent member for CLG this year. He hadn't been great, but he hadn't been horrible. For DeMonte, that's the only change they made, was at best a side grade in the mid lane. They got another mid laner who is already established in the league, is already a veteran in the LCS, and is just coming off a split where he was replaced by Ryoma because he couldn't get the job done with 100 Thieves, a much better team than CLG is. A ton of people were hoping for like this roster of aging veterans. This roster has Broxah, Wild Turtle, Smoothie, a bunch of guys we've seen for years and years now. They're not getting any younger. Their ceilings aren't getting any higher. They're not getting any more potential. And they go out and make just no kind of move. People were hoping for, maybe a new young player, maybe a new talented player, maybe a new promising player, an inexperienced player, something. CLG says, no, we're getting DeMonte, and that's it. Super weird. A lot of people couldn't believe that. Obviously, Pobelter came out and said, just got Bud Light Ace. This was a hilarious tweet, making fun of the whole sponsorship situation from Bud Light. He got 23,000 likes. I mean, the whole internet, even people that have nothing to do with League of Legends or the LCS at all, thought this whole situation was ridiculous. And it really showed maybe why CLG has been so terrible, maybe why they have had so many issues. Just imagine the management and leadership and whole team that let something like this not only be recorded, not only be edited, but be posted, be sponsored content. And just imagine if that's a thing that actually got approved. Imagine the other things going on behind the scenes that we don't get to see. What are the things that don't get approved that they're like, whoa, we cannot show this stuff? What is actually going on at CLG? Very crazy stuff, but we did actually get some thoughts from some of the players, which I thought was very interesting. Pobelter actually tweeted this out a couple of days ago. This is actually yesterday for me when I'm recording this video. He said that was painful to watch. This was after CLG lost to Immortals. I believe CLG was up 10k gold. I believe they had a Dragon Soul. I believe they had Baron, and they just kind of handed the game to Immortals. So weird. People are calling it one of the worst LCS, one of the worst League of Legends professional games of all time. CLG found a new way to lose, whatever, crazy. And this is what Pobelter had to say after that game, which he didn't even play in. He said that was painful to watch. I know for sure the players on CLG are way better than that. I think the team environment became way too negative and doomed. Super high pressure, and I don't think anyone can succeed or play with confidence under those circumstances. Obviously, he is calling out the leadership. He is calling out the environment. He is calling out the organization of CLG with these tweets. And again, no one is surprised by that. This is what everyone has been saying ever since, I mean, for a long time, but especially once that video came out, everyone was like, yeah, what would it be like to play for CLG right now? That has to be so awful. It has to be such a mess. And so many people, you know, before people were really flaming the players saying, oh, Pobelter sucks. Oh, Wild Turtle sucks. Oh, Broxah sucks. But then all of a sudden, people are kind of turning the other way. They're like, man, I feel bad for the players. Maybe they don't suck. Maybe it is impossible to be successful in the environment, in the organization, in the just situation that CLG has created, and I tend to agree with them. The crazier tweet coming from Pobelter was, the morning before the last match I played for CLG, I broke down crying in front of my couch because I just felt increasingly sheer misery over the past few weeks. It just felt like nothing at all was going right. He had never felt that way in 7+ years of an LCS pro. Now again, Pobelter has played on some very, very good teams. He played on those good Immortals teams. He played on some good Team Liquid teams. He's played on some good CLG teams, but he has played on some bad teams as well before. Maybe not as terrible as this team right now, or maybe not doing as poorly as this team right now. But to hear that this grown man, I mean, he's not, you know, a young guy in the league anymore. He's been around the league for a while, 7+ years. I think he's like 23, 24 years old. Broke down and started crying. That is how stressful, that is how emotionally charged, that is how miserable these players are in this environment. That is a very, very bad sign. And luckily for CLG, they have 5 kind of veterans. They have 5 kind of older players. I can't even imagine putting a young, new, up-and-coming player into this environment. And luckily for CLG, their LCS team sucks. Their academy team, I think, is one of the worst, if not the worst, academy teams, too. So just all over, things are going terrible, but they don't really have any exciting prospects to be calling up anyway, so we don't have to worry about them tainting any, you know, young talent or anything like that. But, man, this was a very, very big statement from Pobelter. This was very, very crazy and really eye-opening and shocking for a lot of people to read. We actually saw some similar stuff coming out from Broxah, where after their loss to Immortals, he tweeted out, running out of things to post at this point. Overcoming the stress and mental pressure of being in this situation is difficult, and the constant disappointments aren't making it any easier. There's no excuse for these results. Sorry. And again, this is another very, very emotional, very strong guy. He's been a veteran. He's been around the league forever. He's seen everything. Seems like a really, really great guy, great person. He's very open, and he is just telling people that, man, things are stressful. The mental pressure, the mental stress, the environment, what is going on. Some of it is the player's fault. Yeah, I'm sure. You know, if you're getting bad results, if you can't win a game, if you can't get the job done, that pressure's going to build, that pressure's going to mount. You're trying to make the playoffs. You're trying to earn a paycheck. You're trying to build your career. Things are stressful for everyone in the LCS. But when you throw on top of it terrible management, terrible coaching, terrible staff, people that just do not know how to handle players, human beings, situations at all, it can really, really make things really, really bad. And I think people had a hunch that things were pretty bad in CLG right now, but after these statements are coming out, I think we're realizing that things may be even worse than we originally thought, and it really seems like things are not going to get better for CLG anytime soon. Again, they have a aging, bottom-of-the-barrel LCS team. They do not have a good academy team. They have terrible coaches, terrible infrastructure in place. Like, how does CLG fix the situation? They need to blow everything up. We could be years away from seeing CLG ever be a good team again. That's kind of crazy, especially as one of like those big OG organizations in the LCS. It's really sad and disappointing to see. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think CLG should do at this point? What can they do to fix this? Is there any small, big, any kind of changes you can think of? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out my Patreon, patreon.com/IamJerm. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.